Okay, write linear equations in point-slope form. All right. Okay, so to write the equation of a line when you don't have the slope and y-intercept. Okay, so when we have the slope and the y-intercept, we already know how to write an equation of a line. We can put it into y is equal to mx plus b form. Okay, or y-intercept form. Okay, but when we don't have that y-intercept, we can use a new equation down here, our new formula, to write an equation of the line. So what we have to use our new equation is a point that's on the line, and we have to have the slope. And then we can substitute it into our new equation here. So it looks kind of weird. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. But it's just a matter of substituting coordinates into the proper location. So no big deal. So let's give it a try. Okay. So let's just draw a picture of this first. Okay, so here's our example. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form looks like this. Y minus y1, let's rewrite it here, times slope m times x minus x1. Okay, and let's go ahead and first let's just draw the line. Let's see what the picture looks like. So plus 3 and minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a point that's right there. Here, I got a couple of points here I'm going to get rid of. Little technical difficulties here, no big deal. There we go. We're going to get rid of those. And we've got our point on here now, 3 minus 6. And now we want to finish off the line by using the slope. So I need another point. So I'm going to count. Well, my change in y is minus 2, and my change in x is 3. Okay, because we can only use the minus sign with one of the two numbers, right? So I'm going to use it with my change in y. So down 2 over 3 puts me there. And let's use the slope with the negative with 3. And that's going to give me plus 2 and back 3. So now we've got 3 points. And they all kind of line up there, so we know that we're drawing our line right. Okay, so let's draw our line. There we go. Looks pretty good. Okay. And now let's try and use our formula here to write an equation for that line. Okay, so it's just plugging in pieces. So I'm going to write y minus, and so my y1 is the y coordinate from the point they gave, so minus 6. You kind of have to be careful with signs here. You have to make sure that you include the minus 6. I've got two minuses here, and we'll deal with that in a second. Okay, my slope was minus 2/3. And my x1, we're going to find a place for that as well. x1 is 3, right? So I'm going to put x, the minus sign there in our formula, so x minus 3. Okay, so you just use the signs as they are. I've got this minus goes in there, this minus still sticks around in there, and we put the coordinates in as they said as well. So minus 6, and this was a plus 3, so it just stays as x minus 3. So let's simplify that a little bit. Y plus 6, two minuses make a plus, is equal to minus 2/3 times x minus 3. And that's our equation. Okay? And what that's going to do for us is if we want to find any point that's on this line, okay, we can choose an x, and it's going to give us out the appropriate y. So let's take a look here. Let's do that. Let's say that we're given x is equal to minus 3, and we want to find what the y coordinate is, okay, on this line. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and substitute my x into this spot. So y plus 6 is equal to minus 2/3 times minus 3 minus 3. Okay, so I'm trying to find out when x is equal to, this is just what it looks like on the picture here, when x is equal to minus 3, What point is this on my line? Okay, that's the question this is asking right there. What point is that? Okay, so we've dumped it into our equation, and now we just want to isolate for y. Okay, we want to find y. Okay, easy. So I'm going to go ahead and write y is equal to minus 2 over 3. Minus 3 gives me minus 6. And then I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides here to isolate the y. Okay, so I'm going to multiply first here because I got to follow order of operations. So minus 2, y is equal to minus 2 times minus 6 gives me 12, plus 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. Okay, so all of this here gave me 4 minus 6. So y is equal to minus 2. Does that make sense on a graph? Well, sure it does. Look, if I go over minus 3, it looks like a point on my line is going to be minus 2. So my point completed is minus 3 and minus 2. Right? Let's try another example, which is a little bit different. Okay, here we don't have the slope, but we have 2 points instead. So we're still trying to find the equation in point-slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to slope times x minus x1. Okay, but now we've got to use our 2 points to fill in that equation. So let's draw out the picture first. So I want to go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and minus 2. There's 1 point. And here I've got negative 4 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're right there. Okay. Let's draw the line that goes through those 2 points, because that's all we need, right? To draw a line, all we need is 2 points. Okay, so we've got a point here. It's kind of hard to see. Another point here. Okay, and there's our line. Okay, so to fill in our equation, well, what we needed last time to begin with was the slope. So let's go find the slope of this. So I want my change in y, my vertical distance over my change in x. Okay, so let's draw a little picture here. Here's my change in y, right? Okay, so I'm going to connect the 2 points. So my change in y is here, my vertical distance, over my change in x here. Okay, so let's just count. Let's find it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My change in y has gone 8 in a negative direction, right? It's minus 8. So minus 8 divided by, and my x is going in a positive direction. How many places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as well. So looky here, my slope is equal to minus 8 over 8. So slope is equal to minus 1. Okay, so now we've got that piece. And now when we go to fill in the equation here, we've got a decision to make. Which point are we going to use? It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to get the same exact results if I use 4 and minus 2 as if I use negative 4 and 6, but I just have to make the choice. So I'm going to choose this one. This is going to be my x1. This is going to be my y1. So y minus, okay, y1 is 6, is equal to, I've got my slope now, so I'm going to plug that in for slope, negative 1, and then x minus, and my x1 was minus 4. Okay, so that's our equation. Let's simplify that a little bit. Y minus 6 is equal to minus 1 times, and here I'm going to have 2 minuses, so that's going to give me x plus 4. Okay, so same as before, we can go ahead and find any point that's on this line with this equation. So let's do it a little different this time. Let's say we go and find a y. Okay, or we're given a y. Let's say they want us to find an x given a y. So let's say our y is 2. Okay, so this time I'm going to substitute in, I want to complete this point. So what does it look like when y is 2? When the height is 2, it looks like my x might be 0. So let's use the equation to verify that. So I'm going to put my 2 in for my y. So 2 minus 6 is equal to minus 1 times x plus 4. Okay, so here I'm going to get negative 4 is equal to negative 1 times x plus 4. And I'm just going to continue to isolate until I can get that x by itself. So what do I need to do to both sides here? I need to multiply by negative 1. So if I do that, multiply or divide by negative 1, doesn't much make a difference. Okay, so if I divide both sides by negative 1, I'm going to get 4 is equal to x plus 4. Now I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, and looky here, x by itself is equal to 0. So we've completed our point. Okay, I can see that on this line, when y is 2, x is equal to 0, just like it should. Okay, so that's all really any equation is going to do for us, is it's going to allow us to use one coordinate to find the other on a specific shape. And we're just working with lines right now. So that's it. Now you should be set up for the homework out of your text and be ready for next class. Adios.